The Dark Brotherhood was really fun. Yeah, the Dark Brotherhood storyline was really good. In Oblivion. There was that really fun quest where it's like, at the, It was like at that, like, party, and you have to murder all the guests without, them figuring out that it was you. That was really cool. We're in a group, yes. That's correct. A, GC. Money. I like money. The guard had no clue. Yeah, if you're persuasive enough, they'll be like, all right, we've got the killer, so we're both safe now. Oh shit, this bandit chief is like kitted out, bro.
It's nothing.
I'm trapped. My freaking spider's behind me. Oh, hey.
Thank the divines. Let's move.
Debating whether to pay PVZ before Warmech gives its what? Warmech critic. Yes. We have the killer. Now let's get out of here. Yes, exactly. I think there's a few of the people that you can do that with. But if they're the last one. Yeah, that's the sort of stuff you don't get in this game. The factions in this game are very bland, if you ask me. The Thieves Guild is probably the most interesting, but even then, it's not really even as good as the Thieves Guild in Oblivion, I think. Oh, the Dark Brotherhood in this game's not bad, but... Yeah, Dark Brotherhood and Thieves Guild are the best guilds in Skyrim, but they don't even stack up compared to the same guilds in Oblivion. Yeah, I'll hit you up, Raga. It'll be around 7 PM start, so it's probably a bit early for you. Well, a bit early compared to when you'd usually stream. Sometimes you stream around that time, right? The Jester? Oh, Cicero. Yeah, he's a character. Now, I think the coolest thing about the Dark Brotherhood in Oblivion was how you join them, compared to Skyrim. Like, Skyrim, it's a very obvious mission, right? Like, you pretend to be in the Dark Brotherhood, basically, for that kid. But in Oblivion, that moment of when you, like, murder somebody for the first time and you just get a note that says, "We know," it's like, shit, dude, what is this?
Find some strange creature in your travels?
But you're always welcome to join in later and stuff if you like. No pressure in any case. I rescued Alarm.
So I hear. You brought honor to the companions and yourself.
I'm looking for more work.
Skjor was looking for
And
you
Skjor was
before.
looking for me. Which one's Skjor again?
Him before doing anything else.
Silver Hand. Is it just more fighting the Silver Hand? Ah, yeah, because if you do the side quest that makes the Grey Prince not want to fight you, it counts as murder. I remember that. That, I think, was kind of an oversight. It shouldn't count as murder. But I think that's how a lot of people end up starting the Dark Brotherhood quest. Usually aim for 8:30. Yeah, no stress. I'll send you a message if I remember about it after stream. And if I don't send you a message, you're welcome to message me to remind me.
There you are.
Alright, you wanted to see me?
Yes. I have something a little different planned this time. But it's not for everyone to hear. Meet me in the Underforge tonight.
Oh, yeah, so now I become a werewolf. Alright.
All right then.
Is that a Daedra heart? No, it's a tomato. I always forget how to leave this place. Even the Colosseum, but how basic it was, had more soul than like some of the factions in this game, and that's kind of sad. Like a lot of the characters' descriptions were unique. The way that the your interactions with the pitmaster, whatever his name was funny. It had a lot more soul than even some whole faction storylines in this game.
Are you prepared?
I'm ready for whatever test is next.
This is no test, new blood. This is a gift. Come inside.
Yeah, this is a bit silly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is where, this is where they make me a werewolf. Assume character to believe that had a better story than the entirety of factions Skyrim, yeah. I mean, I'll become a werewolf, because you actually can't finish their quest line unless you become a werewolf. It's a bit iffy, but
He thinks we've been cursed, but we've been blessed. How can something that gives this kind of prowess be a curse? So we take matters into our own hands. To reach the heights of the companions, you must join with us in the shared blood of the wolf.
Are you prepared to join your spirit with the beast world, friend?
I'm ready.
Very well.
The Dragonborn quest line, I think both of the DLCs in Skyrim were quite good. Both of the major DLCs. Both Dawnguard and Dragonborn. I think were both actually quite good. Yeah, Werewolf is very, very basic. It's not super interesting, unfortunately. You're 100% right, Raga. Oh, the base game. Oh, you mean the main questline, the Dragonborn questline, okay. I thought you meant the Dragonborn DLC. The vampires are really cool. Being a vampire is actually really cool in this game. The vampire lord, anyway.
I was starting to think you might never come back. Yours was not an easy transformation, but you're still alive.
I got an
So
achievement. Become a member of the Circle.
We even have a celebration planned for you. There's a pack of werewolf hunters camped nearby, at Gallows Rock. The Silver Hand. I think you've met them before. We're going to slaughter them. All of them. Lead on. Skior's already scouting ahead.
Okay.
Until next time.
Yeah, the Civil War was kind of lame. I like the idea of the Civil War, but the actual, like, execution's not very interesting. Oh, no! They killed my friends. Oh, shit. When they said they've already scouted ahead, I assumed that meant they killed all the guys outside the base, but evidently not. The computer screamed. There's some pretty decent Skyrim mods. Probably the most interesting mod that I remember from Skyrim, because I modded it a few years back when I first got it on PC. One of the more interesting ones, in my opinion, was the one that, it adds different starts. So you start as, like, you know, you can start as a member of the Dawn Guard, you can start as, like, an Imperial Soldier, you can start as a Stormcloak or whatever. Makes the game more interesting, so you're not just, you know, doing the same, you know, hey, you finally awake thing. Yeah, I need to upgrade my PC. I'm thinking probably sometime next year I'll get a new PC. Oh, that sword went flying. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it for one more year. upgrade.
There's a dead one, isn't there?
Hold it off for a little longer if I can.
Nobody we know by the smell. Some can't separate the
Door is
animal
barred from the other side.
themselves. Go feral. This poor sod could have been anyone. We should keep moving.
And then there's the debate that's raging on in my head about the Switch 2. Whether I want to get that or not. I don't know, man. Like, as of right now, there's nothing that's telling me I need to get a Switch 2. You know what I mean? There we go. Won't be getting that anytime soon. Very fair. Yeah, right now, like, the only game that's, like, just for the Switch 2 is bloody Mario. I'll just drop the sword, I don't need it. Yeah. Yeah, the only new thing is Mario Kart, which... Like, I don't mind. I would play Mario Kart, but I would only play Mario Kart if my friends were to get it. And if my friends don't get it, there's literally no point. Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at too, Gutenberg, with you. Like, it's like, if there was something that, like,
Those cretins did to them before they died.
was actually like, oh yeah, this is a game that I must get, then I could be persuaded, but there's nothing right now that's persuading me. I mean, for me, it's probably going to be, like, Pokemon or something that gets me to get it eventually. Because I'm not sure, like, what's going to be the deal with, Pokemon Legends ZA. Because I know it is coming out on Switch, original. But the question is going to be, then... Because I don't think they've really said yet, right? Like, is it going to be, like... Because there's, like... With the Switch 2, I'll stop playing so I can actually pass through my thoughts here. It's like, there's going to be games that so you can play all of your Switch 1 games on the Switch 2. There's some games that are enhanced if you play them on Switch 2. And then there's some games that are Switch 2 games. I think Legends ZA is going to be an enhanced game on the Switch 2. But then the question is like, well, if that's the case... Do I need a Switch 2? I mean, it'll probably run better. But... I don't strictly need to buy a new console just to play this game. You know what I mean? Yeah, I really like Legends Arceus too. I'm right in front of these guys. They still haven't quite noticed me yet. And they've still not detected yet. The enhanced version of the games. So, let me get this straight. So, if I were to buy Legends ZA on the Switch 1, there's actually going to be a different version that's specifically a Switch 2 version of Legends ZA. Is that right? So there's a Switch 1 and Switch 2 version of Legends ZA. Is that right? Like, obviously you could still play the Switch 1 version on the Switch 2. Because that's the nature of the console, but... That's what the rumor says. Now, it makes sense to me. Like, I can't imagine they're gonna pass up the opportunity to make more money, right? Why am I getting picked on? Yeah, it makes sense to me. Good work. Yeah, the increased price is kind of something I'm not very happy about, but it is what it is. I mean, video game prices have been going up. Like, I know for Americans, you guys are like, this is ridiculous, but like... game prices in Australia have been going up for a while, so for me, it's not really that big a deal. Well, it's not that it's not a big deal, it's like, yeah, I'm used to it. But I know in America, like, the game prices have always been, like, the same sort of amount. Like, here, a AAA game has been over $100 for probably a decent amount of years. What race are you, Khajiit? Yes, I am a Khajiit.
We're getting close now. Be careful. Their leader is a tricky one. They call her...
Australia has weird rules, like green blood, no real-world drugs. The green blood one is not true, but the no real drugs is true. I mean, it was only a few years ago that we got a restricted, like, 18+ rating. Before that, games would just, like, not release. Games and movies would just not release, I should say. But green blood is not true. So I'm not sure where you heard that. Maybe you probably just heard it and assumed it was true because of all the other stuff. I mean, it fits in for sure. These freaking spiders, bro. Die already. Yeah. Nice. Maybe you're conflating Germany. No, yeah, no, that's the thing. They for a while they didn't release Left 4 Dead at all in Australia because of the restrictions. And I don't think they didn't change the color of the blood. I think the blood was just like extremely toned down, if I'm not mistaken.
Bastards. Somehow they managed to kill Skior.
No, not Skior. I had one whole conversation with him where he gave me a job.
Have come without a shield, brother. Get out of here. I'm going to make sure we got the last of them and see if there's any information to be gotten from the bodies.
But that has changed.
I have work to do. The silver
That because that's all pre R18 rating.
I'm gonna find whoever did this.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good armor. Not strictly for the utility, but for the whatchamacallit. It's good armor because of the enchantment, that's the word. Okay, I need to drop 4 kilos worth of stuff. I'll just drop this Staff of the Familiar, I don't need this. Actually, you know what? Spider, can you carry this for me? No, you cannot. The spiders have such low carrying weight. Making porridge. Werecat 2 is the only one that requires a Switch 2. If one person has it, you can do the 3DS thing and share the games. Oh, they're adding back download play, or whatever it was called. DS download play. I haven't heard about that. You're going to be carrying your crafting ingredients with you? I don't own a house, so... what can I drop? I'll just drop some potions. I don't need, like, some of these potions. I don't need frostbite venom. Yeah. Yeah, some stuff still doesn't turn up, that's true. Some stuff is still just refused classification, but for the most part, it's not as bad as it used to be. Like, even 10 years ago plus, like... I mean, I don't need to tell you, Raga, but for the non-Australians in the chat, like... It was, like, ridiculous. Like, some of the stuff that was, like, just not being released.
That's the best you can do?
Yeah, I should buy a house in this game so I can drop all my crafting supplies. I can buy the house in Whiterun, right? I think I just need to talk to the, steward, right? Whatever his name is. The house in Anvil. Yeah, wrong game. They're doing the download play thing, which can also work... Also works with the original Switches? What? Okay, so maybe... Like, I know people are giving Nintendo a lot of flack. Like, they're saying, like, oh, they're greedy for whatever, for raising the prices. But, I mean, if they're doing all this stuff, I've got to give them some credit, saying, like, okay, they're at least thinking about some things. But are you getting a Switch 2 on launch, Raga? What do you reckon? I'm just fishing for opinions right now. Like, my 2 cents is, as of right now, I'm probably not going to get one. But I'm curious what other people think. Yeah, it's still cheaper than the next-gen console for Microsoft and Sony. But and the other thing is, like, there's going to be more stuff for it. Like... And this is completely open-ended, folks. But for me, there's been nothing on either... on PlayStation or Xbox, there's not really been anything for years that I've really wanted that hasn't ended up coming to PC. Like, what series is on Xbox or PlayStation right now, in your guys' opinion, is worth getting a Xbox or PlayStation for? Because everything on Xbox is just on PC now, right? So what's Sony still got? And I realize I'm possibly inviting controversy by asking, but I'm genuinely, like, what do you guys think? Where does Lydia go? Doesn't Lydia hang around here? Oh, there you are.
What do you need, my thing?
Follow me, I need your help.
Lead the way.
What happened to the stuff she was carrying?
I am sworn to carry your burdens.
Oh, you still got it. You're just not using it. Okay.
Lead on.
Bloodborne, if you have a PS3, I mean, that's PS3, but yes, you are right. Think of what? Think of what? What do you mean, think of what?
The Jarl is...
I'd like to purchase a house in the city.
There's a house available right now.
I'll take it.
Wonderful. Here's the key to your new home.
I'd like to decorate my
I'm
home.
glad to help you. And of course, now, what would you like to purchase?
God. Alright, alchemy.
Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
Furnishings.
Very well.
I might as well just buy everything, right?
Like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like
That's what we
to
thought.
purchase?
Like what games are worth getting a PlayStation
Very well.
or
Is there anything else
Xbox
you'd like to
right now?
purchase?
Or also your opinion on the replace my alchemy lab with a child's bedroom. Why would I want to do
Very
that?
well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
If you're getting a Switch 2.
Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
You do like a lot of stuff on PlayStation because of Weeb games.
As you wish.
Like what?
Speak to me again if you decide.
If you don't mind
to purchase
sharing.
some decorations for your home.
Father says I'm too young to train with the sword.
The only game on your mind for PS5 is WWE 2K25, but is that not on PC? I swear those are on PC. Because, like, Halo is on PC now as well, right? Oh, the Island mode isn't on PC. That's weird that they would put a game mode behind, whatchamacallit. Visit my new home. Alright, where's my house? It's interesting, it's usually the other way around. PC has stuff that the consoles don't, but...
I work with my mother.
Fair enough.
Sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun.
Sengoku Basra and other obscure anime games are fair enough.
Still here. I am sworn to carry your burdens.
Alright. I don't remember...
You lead, I'll follow.
The stuff that I put in boxes in this game becomes, like, if I put stuff in my house, it doesn't disappear after a while, right? It shouldn't. You're gonna have to wait. You want to move out of your parents' home first, yeah. Next gen Xbox is just a PC for TVs. Amazing. Oof. I was kind of hoping to have a crafting bench in here too, but I guess this house doesn't come with that. Then again, there's crafting stuff. There's crafting stuff like just down the road. Next gen Xbox will run Epic, Steam, Xbox Battle Game Pass. But what's unique? Or is there really like nothing? The crab-looking things? I don't know. It's from an expansion. They're like spiders. It's from because this is the quote-unquote special edition of Skyrim. So, if you guys remember when they had the paid mod fiasco, those things were in one of the paid mods. But in this version, they've basically just given everybody the paid mods for free. No, nobody cares. That's completely right. The only thing new Xbox won't run is the PlayStation Store.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
Let's go back to the companions, actually. We may as well just finish the companions storyline. It's very short. I think there's like 2 more quests, to be honest. I was hoping there was like a shortcut, but alas, there's not. But that's the thing, though. They're not from like the base game, so I don't think anybody cares about them. Xbox is moving away from exclusives. Yeah, there you go. So from my perspective, there'd be no point getting an Xbox anymore. That's really what I'm getting at. Like if there's nothing that's really worth.
What brings you to me? Find some strange creature in your travels?
Getting it for, there's no real need. I guess if you were always doing TV stuff, there might be a case for it, but I don't know.
Truly one of our great fires.
The only reason you get an Xbox would be for Fortnite, a Fortnite skin. That seems like a very extreme reason to get a console. There was one, but you just didn't get it. I would probably not suggest that you get a console just for a skin.
I was the newest companion.
But fair enough. Like there's small reasons, but nothing that would like actually drive you to get it is what it sounds like. So it sounds like PlayStation still has some mostly anime sort of stuff. Xbox doesn't really have that much. So really Nintendo's the only one that's still doing stuff that's
This is thank you for gold. Grieve in whatever way.
Nintendo's the only one that has games that are like exclusives that I think are actually worth getting it. Who's a friend who doesn't has... Hey Cal, how you doing? Good luck with your stream. Thank you. Hope you have an awesome day. It's been too long. Hope you've been doing well. Nintendo will never give up their exclusives, exactly.
When you get to be my
Same too. Way too long. Yeah. I hope all's been well. Hey, Lakeo, thank you for the follow. Alright, how do I continue this storyline?
What brings you to me? Find some strange creature in your travels?
We'll wait like 24 hours maybe. We'll let everybody reset. You actually have to buy the console. It's a console bundle, my goodness. There was a PC port for Chrono Trigger. Ah. Interesting. Had some hesitation on trying to say Lekyo. Yeah, I was trying to read it. It's like, how should I say this?
Have you been bringing the battle?
All right, what's our first target?
Hand has been scouring the world for more pieces of Ruthrak.
Lekyo. Sounds Finnish. Are you Finnish by any chance? No offense if you're not, but that's the first vibe I got when I read your name. Not Finnish, but the name was Finnish inspired. There you go. I thought so. I looked at the name. I'm like, this looks like a Finnish name. This is a skill that I'm trying to learn. I want to try and be able to identify people from names easier. There you go. Nice. But yeah, I'm sort of like, I'm in a place with my life where I probably could get the Switch too. Like I can save up money. It's not coming out for a few more months, but it's just like, nah, I'll just wait. If there's something that I really want, I'll get it. Every Australian you know that tries to say it, 9 people say it exactly the same way that I do. So I know you said that the pronunciation doesn't matter, but how, like, spell it out for me if you don't mind. How would you say it? The event you worked recently paid off the Nintendo Switch 2. Nice. Oh yeah, you would, because you worked that, oh, I can't remember what the con was. But I remember seeing that you were doing something. Not so good on money, current job is, yeah. Nah, fair. Now, I've been pretty lucky. I've had stable work for the past few years. But I know not everyone's in the same... Lakyo. Okay. Like Tokyo. What was I saying? I forgot my words. Sorry, folks. Alright, Mr. Krabs. Some people say Lekyo, some people say Lakyo. It's all good. I'll try and remember. Lakyo. Usually if somebody tells me how to say their name, I tend not to forget it, but I sometimes have to be reminded again. My troubles exacerbated by a terrible birthday present. Oh, healthcare, goodness me. Yeah, America's an interesting place. I say it a lot. I feel like I talk about America a lot on my streams. Yeah, hopefully things will pick up again. They don't stay bad forever, trust me. I went through a bit of a rough patch the past couple of years, but things do get better. You just have to stick with it for a while. Like, as nice as it would be that, like, you know, overnight, like, things would just magically get better, but it takes a bit longer than that.
What was that?
You're Canadian, you spent a lot of time in the UK, eh? And you met someone that inspired your name. Nice. Ooh, Elven gauntlets.
Someone there?
Whoops! I just blew Lydia off the cliff. Yeah. It's... I know what you mean. I think a lot of countries are going through the same sort of thing where it's like... they feel like the government's not doing what people need. I totally get where you're coming from. Yeah, she completely ran out in front of me. You don't need to worry about that. I wasn't blaming myself. Alrighty. What's in here? Oh boy. Oh, fragment of thread. Am I floating? I think I was floating for a second there. Lydia's a good companion. Yeah, she's like the first one I think that most people get. She's pretty strong. Defense bonus. I want this perk, Light Armor weighs nothing, it doesn't weigh you when worn. That's a really good one. It also helps with improving your sneak. But is the only good NPC? I don't know. Like, but you said you haven't played with DLCs, because Serana, who's from one of the DLCs, is probably my favorite companion. Because she actually has, like, a lot of stuff to say. Like, she'll commentate on, like, a lot of the areas that you go to. Like, she has a lot of depth. Which is really cool.
I've been running interference for you around here.
Oh, hi.
Have you been?
I got the fragment.
Another piece of glory. Good work, shield brother.
Can you train me to be better at
I'll
archery?
show you what I know.
Can you actually? 2,000 gold. Nuh-uh, I'm not paying 2,000 gold. What's the next target?
Good that you're so eager. I've caught wind.
Yeah, Serana's a good follow, but strictly you're talking about housecarls, yeah.
If you can sneak into their camp and steal his plans, we'll have the advantage.
You're the only one you found, yeah, fair enough. Stealing plans, what am I doing? Steal the plans from Fort Fellhammer. Lydia's the second best of the housecarls. Who's the best housecarl, do you reckon, then? Also, why do you think they've decided to do an Oblivion remake now of all times? Are they trying to break free from the Skyrim meme, or are they trying to prepare us for the Skyrim meme? Because I think along with a lot of other people, were like, when the Switch 2 was announced, I was like, alright, get ready for the next version of Skyrim. Money, dear boy. I mean, but that's the thing, like, they could have made money at any point. Why now, specifically? Because the game is old as shit. So, like, why wait until this moment in time? Oh. You're a fool to fight me. I hope they keep all the same voice actors in the the Oblivion remaster. Actually, I did actually hear something about the Skyrim remaster, why they did it now. You guys are welcome to offer different opinions, but apparently there's been a guy that's been making Oblivion in the Skyrim engine, like as a mod. They've been working on it apparently for like a really long time, and they're almost done. So that's why they're releasing it now. That's one theory I've heard, which I was like, wow. If that's true, that's actually so low. Yeah, Skyblivion, exactly. 13 years in the making, yeah. I think it's almost ready, so some people think they're trying to like knock the wind out of the sails of that, which is really sad if that's the real reason.
Thought I heard something.
Whoa!
Where are you?
What are you doing here? It's possible Oblivion's being released because of the Switch 2. Yeah, but I've got a feeling. I don't think that Nintendo would like let them get close to their like prototypes. I don't think they would be able to work with the hardware, would they? I don't know, maybe. It's a terrible way for it to be dealt with, yeah. Lydia, please just finish them off. Don't just... Like, I know they're not nice people, but you can at least kill them. You know, you don't have to... torment them. There we go. Yeah, in any case, it is what it is. A Morrowind remaster. I would actually love a Morrowind remaster. That's the thing, though. Like, would I want a Morrowind remaster? I reckon they would probably screw it up. I'm still not convinced they're not going to screw up the Oblivion remaster somehow. I know a lot of people from, like, the leaked screenshots have already said, like, they've taken all the soul out of the game. Like, they'll probably for Morrowind remaster, they'll just stick objective markers on everything. Which is not what the game's about. Every time a huge fan project for Bethesda games come close to release, they release it. That's what they did with the Fallout London too, didn't they? Like for Fallout 4, Fallout London. They did the exact same thing, yes. They did like an update just to screw the developers over. That adds a lot more credence, I think, to that theory then. That they're just trying to screw over the mod developers. Yep. I just don't get it. Like, especially in the case of... Because all it's doing, ultimately, it'll draw more people to the game. Because there might have been somebody who, like, was on the fence. Like, let's say you bought, you know, Fallout 4 on your PlayStation or Xbox. And then you're like, oh, this Fallout London looks really cool. I'm going to buy it on PC so I can play it. Talk about free money. Other people do all the work for you. You get profits from it. I don't see the problem. You know? Todd Howard is an ego issue. Now they get more profits, do they? Because some people might be... There might be people who would just be like, I'm not buying games from these people because they're screwing people over for no reason. I don't know. We'll see. In any case, I'm not sure whether I'll play the Oblivion remake or not. I'm thinking about it. Protecting IP, there's definitely some of that to it as well. But given how much Bethesda relies on their fans to actually make their games workable in the first place, I feel like they shouldn't, like... You know, what's the saying? Don't shit where you eat. They should avoid doing that. As a child, I yearned for the mines. You don't hate Bethesda, but when you tried to get a job with them, you got to close up on the internal issues. You changed your mind, really? There was a massive Morrowind project. They shut themselves down because of the updates. Same thing with Fallout London suffered. But Fallout London actually came out, right? I'm pretty sure it actually came out, right? Fallout London? The Morrowind guys just couldn't handle it, yeah. Which is really disappointing, because Morrowind is an excellent game. I still think that Morrowind is probably the best Elder Scrolls game overall. It's definitely not perfect, but overall, I reckon it is. But it's interesting, like, that you had the opportunity to potentially work for them and you changed your mind seeing the internals. That's the problem with a lot of big companies. They have a really bad corporate culture, and it drives away really good potential applicants. Like at the last place that I worked, I'm not going to talk publicly about like what job I do, but the last place that I worked, the culture there was so bad. And people were leaving in droves. Like, when I left my last job last year, I think there was like 15 staff members out of like 100 and something that left. So it's like a 10% turnover in 1 year. And from everything I hear about the place from people who are still there, it's like not good.
Perfect. Hopefully this will let us know more about their movement. I think we've got them on the run.
Skyblivion, Skywind, Tamriel Reborn. Yeah, they were going to try and make the whole of Tamriel, I think, playable, if I'm not mistaken. Looking for work?
And there is more work to be done.
Oh, here we go.
But I fear that Kodlak's gotten wind of our...
So I have to go talk to Kodlak.
He's asked to see you. My advice, always be honest with the old man. But don't tell him anything he doesn't need to know.
I mean, that's the thing that's kind of crazy about the first Elder Scrolls game, Arena, was it had the whole of Tamriel, I think, was playable, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's Daggerfall, which has... I think Daggerfall is still the biggest map in, like, any game. Except for, like, you know, procedurally generated stuff, like Minecraft, stuff like that.